Good afternoon, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Looking at a dark sky. It rained all day. It finally cleared up, if you can call that clear. But I was gone, and you might hear some sounds in the background. I was gone most of the day. Reason being, I had to go to town. I have picked up an assistant for the day. This is Emra. He's a student, and I am starting to employ him with the coasters because I realize I cannot do it alone, and he's going to be commission based here, so help out a student, a foreign student. And anyway, you can by purchasing the coasters, you'll be helping him out, and you'll be helping out the Off-Grid Project. And you're going to have some really cool handmade off-grid souvenirs. This was my original rough one, what I gave him just for an idea. Now he's working on some different pieces of pallet wood, and he's got all the tools of the trade here he's going to be working with. And well, I hope it turns out. So thanks for coming out today.
Thank you.
Got the little baby generator going for him to work with. Now inside, I'll be working in the house. I want to clean this whole area out today. I want to completely clean out the living room today is the goal. So all of this mess is coming out except for the furniture. And that also includes the batteries. So this is all going to be right there until I'm done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and drill a hole through the wall where the battery wires are going to be coming in and out, and where the kitchen sink drain is actually going to go. I'll be drilling that out today too as well. It's a double. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be running the electrical wires through the house. So I'll be running up, I hope I have enough gap here to come up with the DC wires in this corner. And then I'll be running up through here, and I'm going to have to put a hole in the wall because this will be closed off later. I'll have to put a floor. I have to drill a hole through the flooring, and then my wires will run up on top of the entire loft upstairs. And then they'll drop down. I'll drop one down here for a light switch by the doorway, and then I'll drop a wire down wherever I need power as I go on here. I'll have a wire coming down for the light for the living room, and I'm going to have actually a double switch plate on each side next to the on either wall for the spotlights. So I'll have a double light switch for the spotlights, and I'll show you what I've got for that in a little while here. Yeah, please forgive the noise, but I realize I can't do this alone. There's no way, and I really would like to get these souvenirs going and help a guy out in the process. Anyway, I'm going to get to it here. I'm going to bring my batteries, the solar batteries that I had in the camper. Those were those recycled batteries that I got from a, where was that? From the recycling yard. And paid scrap price for them, and they still work. They're going out here. They're going to go outside here for now, and then I'm just going to have a protective board over the top to keep the weather off of them. And then the power will go right inside. So my batteries, as of today, will be outdoors. Got the batteries. These are the old, those of you who might remember from my past videos, I got these out of the scrapyard 2 years ago. A year ago, 2 years ago? I can't remember. I think it was 2 years ago I got them. Yeah, it was. 12.49, 12.49, 12.59. That's after sitting all summer, neglected. These are good solar batteries. I love them. Well, they got some condensation. They were cold. They were out in my workshop camper. Sadly, the markings are gone. I can't remember what their energy was. I had it written on here, but that's gone as well, unfortunately. But there they are. I'm going to hook these up. I'm going to drill a hole through the wall here, starting from the inside out. underneath the kitchen sink, then run my wires out, and hopefully if I do it right I can leave the tar paper, a flap of it, to protect the opening until I get a proper shell over that, and then I'll be closing in this entire area back here eventually with the insulated box for the batteries. But for now, this is what I've got, and this is what I got to deal with. Right, the first thing I have to do, I already pulled one screw out, is make a battery bank out of the batteries. I'm going to need a bigger nut. Yeah, I'm going to need some bigger nuts on that. Let me go get 4 nuts, or washers. I'll be right back. Okay. A bit dusty. I want to hook these up in parallel, keep the voltage the same but increase the current. So plus to plus and minus to minus. It's twisted. That ensures that the batteries are charged equally and the same. Forgive my arm being in the way there. Now I'm not going to torque these down yet because I still have some adjustments to do. Once I drill the holes through the wall, I'll have to bring in my power from the solar panels to the charge controller in, and then power from the charge controller to the batteries back out here, and then power from the batteries back inside to the inverter and to the loads, which would be the lights and whatever else I'm running. So plus to plus and minus to minus with a washer, so that fits because these are tiny screws for some reason on these batteries. Alright, now they're in parallel, and we now have one 12-volt battery, otherwise known as a battery bank, having the batteries combined. Now here comes the nervous part. I'm going to drill a hole in my wall to the outdoors. So for a while anyway, it's going to be vulnerable to the elements, bugs and junk that I don't want in here. I want it closer to the floor though. Just trying to think, it doesn't have to be precise or anything, but I need room for the inverter when I get it in here. And I need to run the wires then along through the floor here. Yeah, okay. Close to the floor but not hitting any beams. There's a stud here. That should be alright right there, hopefully. There's that. It's always a mess getting that apart. I won't bore you with that. Pause the camera. So there's the first hole in my wall. The very first hole to the outdoors, outside of windows that is. Oh, I can't get this drill bit right. It's crooked. Alright. Now I've got to drill a hole to the outdoors. I'm going to drill it on the low side of this. I'm going to have my hole angled downwards a bit for rain purposes. Now we should have a hole outdoors. Let's go have a look. Well, there it is. Good, I didn't go through the tar paper. I wanted to have a flap of tar paper over that. So I'm going to cut it here. That's the hole. Yeah, alright, perfect. Alright, I'll get my knife and cut that. There's the tar paper opened up. And here's my hole cutter. This is hot, it gets hot. There it is. Okay, I've got a hole. Well, now I've got to clear that hole. Oh, there's dirt all over my camera. Alright, I got to pause my camera. Now I'm going to feed my wires to the outdoors. These are the primary power wires. And where's the other end? These are heavier gauge. I think they're like 6 gauge wires. And we'll take you outside. Now, right now I'm not going to do anything else with these. They're going to sit right here because I do not want to hook them up until after I'm done wiring inside. But right now, I need to go. I've got some wire that I'm going to be hooking up inside that's going to go up to the loft and all the way across throughout the entire house. I'll be doing that in a minute here. So how's it going?
Great.
Show us what you're doing.
I'm attaching the wood.
That's with the new demolition bar I got.
Yep. It's an awesome tool.
Yeah? Feels good?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, oh, where'd you put the stuff you did already?
Yep, those are the ones I got.
No, the ones in the ones you already made. They're in the car.
No, they're by.
Oh, all right. Well, he's chopping these up, and then I am running them through a planer. I might end up having him do that later once I'm comfortable with him running the planer. And so this one's done already, and these are not. And then what Emmer's going to do is chop up a bunch of these for coasters and actually take them home. There's no point in him being here 24/7 to do these. So he's going to take home all the woodworking tools. And here we got some off-grid project coasters already well on their way to being done. Let me see. There's one he started wood burning. The wood burner wasn't hot. But all of these, there's another one. These were engraved with an engraving tool I picked up, and then I got a soldering iron and a wood burner. He'll choose what's best for him and engrave these or burn them in. So we've got some coasters, and what Emer's going to do today is cut and sand and prepare a whole stack of these to take home. So yeah, the off-grid project coasters will be ready in probably a week, because we still have to give them another sanding when they're done, a light sanding, and then a couple layers of varnish, and then they can be ready to be shipped off. I've got an LED work light running. Look at my shadows. I can make shadow monsters on the wall. Cool. Anyway, I've drilled a hole. Oh, I gotta sweep this off. Problem is my countertop, what do you call it? Stuff isn't cured. Polyurethane is not cured yet. I don't know why, but it's not cured. I've drilled a hole through from the bottom of my counter up into the room and then upstairs into my loft, so that I can run the electric wires down through the wall. They still want to stay coiled. I have to teach them to be straight. Run him on down into the cavity under the kitchen sink and under the kitchen counter. Should work. I just had them in there a minute ago. There they go. Alright. So, there's my wiring, and this is how it's going to be. A lot of people have been wondering how it's going to be. Now, the corner trim of the house is going to hide the wiring, and that was my plan all along. So there you have it. There's the answer people have been asking for. I know a lot of people kept saying, what have you done? You've closed up your walls without running your wires. Well, there it is. The wires are running outside the walls, and then the trim will cover that. So that's the primary distribution box is going to be right up there. So I'm going to cut them up there and have a junction box. From there, then I'll run across into the bedroom, all the way across down into the kitchen, all the way over into the living room. Everywhere where I need power will be coming from these main wires. And then the smaller wires, what I have on the spool here, which I've showed you previously, that's this green wire that I'm using here, will then run to individual outlets as needed for DC power. I just shoved a wire through here. This is with some battery clips, and I shoved it through the wall, and I'll show you where I put it. This wire comes in, and I simply screwed it onto the battery terminals of my solar charge controller. This is the Harbor Freight controller, and I just hooked it up onto the battery input on there for now. And I'm going to have to get a better charge controller, but this is temporary for now. So that comes in here, and then I'm going to go out and hook that up in a little bit. So I want that under this wire. That's going to sit inside here, and that'll allow me to have the status and the voltage and an overview of things here. Now I'm going to go take the solar panels and run those wires through and bring it in. I won't hook it up until after I hook up the batteries first though, and then I can hook up the solar panels to the controller. So the other thing I have to do is make sure that I've got these wires done before I do all that. So the thing is, the charge controller, you do not want to have the solar power coming into it before the batteries are hooked up properly. So that's very important. You can destroy your charge controller if you put power in from the solar panels without it connected to the batteries. Anyway, I'm going to go check the status of the wiring out there and see what it takes to get the wires into here for now. While I was working on wires, it's easier for me to figure out where the wires go if I have the wires going in. So I put up a piece of my pallet wood, or my paneling wood, and I drilled 3 holes on it, and then I've got these wires hanging down, and this is my spotlights that's going to go over the counter here. This is right over the stove area, these 3 spotlights, right over the stove, and then I'm going to have 2 more over the sink and then 2 more over the other counter over here and here in these areas, and put a switch box up in here, I think. So I've got an on-off switch up here out of the way, and then I'll do the same over there. I'll put a piece of trim across, put a switch, and then over there, over that workspace. So it's coming along nicely. I'm going to wire these up, I guess, in the next day or so, depending on how things come along. But those are those spotlights that I had showed you before. And then I'm going to tie them in and then down to the main battery box, the main junction box. Problem is, once I start making cuts in the big wire, I just want to know where I'm going to be putting the lights. So that's why I did this first. And that's it. I gotta take my helper home, back to town, and then it'll be dark. So that's it for the day. I ran some wires and pretty much I drilled a bunch of holes and helped him get set up, and that's it. The day is done. They go fast. So that's it, Troy, from the Do-It-Yourself World, the Off-Grid Project, and the Little House on Wheels. I hope it does it again. I'm not taking a risk walking out here in the dark. All the hair on my body is standing up. There's a fisher cat up. It's freaky. All the hair on my body is standing up. There's a fisher cat out here. The fisher cat is a weasel the size of a fox. And it let out a shriek. Oh, it's a horrible sound. It was a horrible sound. If you don't know what a fisher cat sounds like, go on YouTube and look up fisher cat screams. It sounds like a woman being tortured. Oh, it was horrible. I was hoping it would do it again. He's out here. All the hair on your body stands up when you hear a fisher cat scream. It's a horrible noise. Oh. It's not even late. It's only 6:30, I think, maybe 7. It looks pitch black out here already. I was hoping to catch the scream on camera. No, I think I scared him off. He scared me off, I'll tell you. Yeah, he let out a shriek when I walked out. I was going to empty the cat litter. Oops. I came outside. I just got home. And he let out a shriek. So I must have disturbed him. I can hear owls as well, but that fisher cat is a distinct sound. Look up fisher cat screams. And if you have animals in the house, watch their reaction. All the hair on their body will stand up. Dogs will bark and growl. It is a terrifying sound. Horrible noise. Anyway, you won't hear it from me. My fisher cat is a little bit shy. Alright, well, I'm going to put my camera down and go put the birds away. I gotta lock in the birds for the night. Because the fisher cat will take down a fox. He's about the size of a fox. And he'll kill him. He'll kill the birds. He'll kill a cat. Alright, well, I got something I got to show you once I get back in the tiny home. So I'll have you walk with me over there. Keep the camera rolling just in case something comes up, because my hair is still all standing up on end. It's a freaky thing. It's all the hair on my body standing up. So, wow, I can't believe it. All my hair is standing on end. Let me flip on the lights in here, give me some warm comfort. Alright, I'm going to leave the camera in here and go do what I got to do, and I'll be back in a little bit and show you what I got in the mail. I have a package from China. Might be one of my eBay purchases, but it's making some funny noises, which confuses me. Because anything I ordered doesn't... I don't think it should be making funny noises, what I ordered. Oh! It's not something I ordered from China. What is this? What do we have here? There's a bunch of blades. What is this? Definitely not something I ordered. Where's my knife? What is this? Curious. There's a bunch of blades. What do we have here? A little package of air. That's odd. Alright, what do we have here? Like a little tool belt. No idea what we got going on here. There's a little tool belt and some blades. That's odd. I don't know. What's this say? Ping Gong. Oh. I don't know who did this, but somebody ordered me a tool belt. Ah, this is a work belt. Look at that. I had no idea what I was looking at here. So I've got a tool belt. Look at that. It's a comfortable tool belt. Very nice. Wow. Nice. Well, whoever sent this, thank you. I have no idea where this came from. But yeah, it's certainly a tool belt. Screwdrivers, hammer, pry bar, whatever, nails. Wow, whoever sent this, does this show up in camera? I know I don't have the best lighting here. Yeah, it does. It's the oddest thing. I was expecting my current regulated LED drivers to come in. And there's some blades here, which I'm not exactly yet sure what they're to. Jigsaw looking blades, and then the tool belt. Well, whoever sent this, thank you. The tool belt is definitely useful, and the blades got me wondering if there's another package on the way or something. There's some serious looking blades though too. Very nice. I will be using it.